Hey everyone, Mark here again, bringing you another new and exciting toy review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the highly anticipated Mighty Morphin Green Power Ranger figure by SH Figuarts. The release of this figure was perfectly timed on account of this year being the 20th anniversary of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series. And while many of us in the West are more familiar with this particular character as Tommy the Green Ranger, this figure also serves as a representation of the Dragon Ranger from the Japanese show Kyoryu Sentai Zyurenja. The American release is largely similar to that of the Japanese version, the only differences being some of the minor changes in the packaging, as well as the omission of two accessories that many MMPR fans would find irrelevant since they were never used in the American show. Being that this particular figure was intended for the American market, the front of the packaging dons the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo with the added exclaimer of celebrating 20 years. The front, side, and back also showcase a few posed images of the figure as well as some brief info about the design, options, and accessories. Out of the packaging, the figure stands at a height just shy of 6 inches tall, a standard scale of most Figuarts releases. The head sculpt delivers an amazingly stunning likeness to its on-screen counterpart. The helmet offers a fully sculpted design that doesn't seem to overlook or dismiss any element. Every little nook and cranny isn't just painted, but sculpted. Well, too, I might add. The paint detail on the helmet is immaculate. It's hard to find any real blemishes. The only issue that I have observed is the shade of green chosen for this figure. It's just a little too blue in my opinion. It's very subtle, but when compared to images of the Green Ranger, the difference is clear. With that being said, the glossy finish applied to the helmet helps provide a material differential between the helmet and suit. Like the helmet, the Dragon Shield was skillfully recreated with sculpted detail. The metallic gold paint is perfect. It's not too light or too dark. It achieves a happy medium while additionally offering a subtle metallic flake. The Dragon Shield is completely independent from the figure's body. While I have seen some images of the figure with the shield removed, I wouldn't recommend attempting this as it's not the figure's intent. The armbands are not removable, and so even if you were to successfully remove the shield, you would only be able to do a partial transfer to another figure. The metallic gold is reused along the cuffs of the gloves, power morpher, and tops of the boots. One small gripe that I have is with the small circle on the buttocks. Surely there has to be a reason as to why they chose to leave behind such an obvious blemish. I mean, right? A detachable sheath for the Dragon Dagger accessory is included, leaving the option of displaying it with or without up to you. The Dragon Dagger itself is nicely detailed. The paintwork is very sharp, reutilizing the green, gold, and black from the suit. The Sword of Darkness is an accessory that fans of the Power Rangers series would recall during Tommy's introduction as the evil Green Ranger. The red gem, rather than being just painted on, is composed of a translucent plastic. The red tassel is made from plastic. In certain sword-related poses, it can look a little awkward as it reaches out, defying gravity. Additionally, the Green Ranger includes 5 pairs of interchangeable hands. For this many hands, I was slightly disappointed by the lack of variety in hand position. There's just not enough justifiable differences from one pair to the next. But taking a look at it from a positive perspective, one pair that I was particularly excited to see was the Dragon Dagger flute-playing hands. Without them, the iconic pose of the Green Ranger calling the Dragon Zord just would have not been possible. Now let's see just how well this figure stacks up in the articulation department. The head operates on a ball joint, allowing it to get a lot of movement up and down, left and right. A lot of that also has to do with the neck also operating on a ball joint, so we get a lot of movement on both ends. The shoulders are ball jointed with a hinge. The extra collar added around the shoulder joint does a nice job at covering up the joint. The Dragon Shield does come into play when trying to extend the arms upwards, causing a bit of hindrance. The elbow is double jointed. This joint kind of ruined the aesthetics in the arm in my opinion by breaking up the gold trim across the inner arm. The wrist has a hinged ball joint. The upper and lower torso is ball jointed, which provides a decent range of motion. it tends to lean back better than it does forward. The hips have a hinged ball joint for leg repositioning with a ball joint into the thigh. The knees are double jointed but leave behind a rather unsightly gap between the upper and lower leg. The ankles are double ball jointed with a hinge, which allows it to also swivel really well. Overall, what can I say? This figure absolutely rocks. As a longtime fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, this is the figure I've been waiting for. And yeah, sure, I had a few minor gripes along the way, but more often than not, there's always room for improvement. This figure by far exceeded my expectations in every way, so if you're sitting out there on the fence about this one, stop it. Do yourself a favor and pick this one up. I don't get to say it very often, but this is one you won't want to miss out on. Stick around for more way cool reviews, because up next we'll be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Mighty Morphin Red Power Ranger. Figuarts knocked it out of the park on this one. Let's see if they can do it one more time. I'm Mark, and this has been another way cool review.